People use car club and group interchangeably, when in fact they are not the same. For the most part, car clubs are actual formal organizations. Most are non-profit based. Groups are not formal organizations, but rather a feature in many social networking services, which allows users to create, post, comment to, and read from their own interest and niche-specific forums. We have developed a list of aspects that will help distinguish a car club versus a group. Aspects include social, focus interests, membership requirements, structure, events, flexibility, and community. In this video, we will review each of them. The first aspect is social. Both car clubs and groups are the result of the desire to be social with other like-minded individuals. Within social, we look at camaraderie and the use of social media. Camaraderie refers to a feeling of friendliness, goodwill, and familiarity among people in a group. It is a spirit of friendship and community where members are comfortable around each other and support one another. Car clubs exhibit a higher level of camaraderie than groups. This may be due to the fee to join the club. Car clubs use many different types of social media like Facebook and YouTube, and often employ a traditional website for more static club information. Since groups were spawned by social media, they typically are only found there. In fact, the structure of Facebook is often the group's only formal structure. Looking at focus and interests, you often find a dual role. For car clubs, these are vehicles first, and then typically a secondary goal like fundraising. Our club uses the slogan, "Using automobiles as a vehicle to drive a better community," to describe this ulterior motive. Groups also have a dual focus and interest, but not as evolved. While they too are interested in vehicles, their secondary motivation is activity. They want to get together socially, physically and online. Both car clubs and groups gather with their automobiles and share their stories, experience, and knowledge. These event gatherings provide the opportunity to do so. Membership requirements may be another method of telling the difference between the two formats. Both may limit access based upon the type of vehicle you own. For example, some car clubs enforce the year the car was manufactured to determine eligibility. Some groups may enforce the manufacturer and model of the vehicle, for example, a Model A or Mustang club. In Facebook, you may need to join the group for access, and that may be based upon your vehicle. Car clubs often have a membership fee, or dues, while groups do not. These dues are used to support the administration of the club. Groups often do not have such an organization, thus typically do not pay dues. You therefore need to question why a group is charging dues to assess where the money is going and why. These membership characteristics often result in car clubs requiring a higher level of commitment than a group. After all, volunteers are required to run the club. Groups with less structure don't have the same level of commitment. How each format is structured also helps define the differences. Car clubs have a formal structure, are often registered with the state as a non-profit organization, and therefore operate under a set of written and enforced bylaws. They also have a management structure consisting of elected and appointed members. Groups are much more informal, not registered, and have no formal rules outside of social media etiquette. Some groups, however, may have appointed officials beyond the social media administrator. When it comes to events, car clubs are often more planned and include regular events like our annual Winter Angel Expo and our Saturday night cruise-ins. Groups are more spontaneous. You often see, "What's everyone doing tonight?" or "Who wants to ride tomorrow?" posted in social media. Some groups do have regular scheduled meets, such as a Cars and Coffee on the second Saturday morning each month. The amount of structure impact the flexibility of the format. Car clubs, with their increased structure, are more formal, rigid, and require more planning. Groups are therefore more informal and flexible and more spontaneous. As we mentioned under focus and interests, car clubs often have a dual role, which has evolved over several years of operation. They combine their social needs with a cause. They give back to the community through other local charitable organizations. Groups may have certain fundraising events for selected local causes, but the community may not be part of everything they do. From this list, the structure, membership, and use of social media are probably the most significant identifiers as to whether the organization is a club or a group. Of course, these aspects are not held completely. There are many different types of clubs and groups, and they operate under the aspirations and desires of their owners. These, however, are the main points to reflect on when looking for a club or a group. Individually, we need to choose the format that works best for us. The structure and formality of car clubs allow further development of the organization than a group can achieve. Being a group is not all bad, as they have fulfilled a purpose where spontaneousness, no commitment, and flexibility are desired. Groups, however, pretending to be clubs, cause confusion and friction in the marketplace.